Alright, I've been getting some questions on exactly how did I make my shopping list to get such good savings. So I'm going to use my most current shopping list and show you guys how I did it and use my tips. Before I even get started, I have separated over here is my pile of coupons from the Sunday papers. I always get the papers in sets of 2, so that way if it's a buy one get one free, or if it's buy 2 get this free, then I don't have to worry about do I have enough coupons to cover it. So if I don't get 4 newspapers, then I'll get 6 maximum. You can get as many as you want, but the more you get, the more you spend. A way to save money on getting newspapers is to order it directly from the newspaper company. And one of the tips that I put on my website, Jacksonville Coupon Club, on Facebook, is that if you order more than one subscription for newspapers, then what you can do is you contact or ask the distributing company for the newspaper for the delivery person to contact you, and you give them the phone number. The contact person of the paper delivery, he will contact you, and you basically state that you want to thank him for his services and why you got so many newspapers, and it's not a misprint on his end. So what you need to do is then tell them that all you're really interested in is getting one paper, because you do want that one paper. Sometimes there's things inside the paper that you may need or want to get, like different advertisements or sales and whatnot, and the only thing that you're interested in really besides the one paper is the coupon inserts for the rest of the papers. And if you mail the person, if you ask them for their address and mail them a thank you card and a small gift of $20, or depending on how many papers you have, I would say for every 2 papers about $10, but for about 3 months worth of coupons, then what they do is the person that you mailed it to will remember you and your address, and make sure to put the address on there. You want to mail a money order or cash. You do not want to mail a gift card or a check, because you don't know exactly who you're mailing it to. And in any case, once you do that, that person will remember you, and they'll be more likely to give you extra inserts for free, because they always have extras, and it's no sweat off their back. And if they're going to give it to somebody, they'd rather give it to somebody that uses it versus somebody who doesn't. So that's why you would want to contact your delivery person directly. But in any case, this is my pile. When I start, I pull the papers out, and this is the particular one today, and I put all the ones that are the same in a pile like this. Then I go through and I put them all in order. So when I cut, I'm only making 1 cut when it's in a pile versus 6 individual cuts, or 4 depending on how many papers I get. It saves time and it saves energy doing that. Then you have piles of the coupons. Now, I cut all the coupons, including the ones I'm not going to use. I don't have anybody that goes to Chuck E. Cheese. My daughter's too old for it. And so what I end up doing is I take the extra coupons and I either give them away, or if I put them in my thing, because when I go out with my friends and stuff, sometimes they have younger children, and if they find out that I have coupons, they always ask me, oh, do you have this for that? And if I do, I'll just give it to them. So it's no sweat off my back, because I'm not using it and it would go to waste otherwise. But that's how I end up cutting the coupons. Then I file them away. And again, this is how I filed them in my filing system. I have in the filing system my list in the very front. It's separate. It's together, but it's separate. And what I end up doing is I take it, and if I have coupons for, all my restaurant coupons go in my separate binder, because that doesn't go to the grocery stores. But if I have something, say I'm looking for Pop-Tarts, I would go to Pop-Tarts, 20C, and go back over here and just put it away, 20C, Pop-Tarts. So, and I just file it away. Then, once I'm done filing all my coupons away, I need to have these things ready. I need to have my calculator, I need to have a pen, my paper, and store ads. There's CVS, there's Food Lion, and there's Winn-Dixie. What I do is I go through individual store ads. On the top of the paper, I will list what I'm doing. And this is what I did last week. This happens to be Publix, On the top, as you can see, I wrote Publix. This is the total amount that I planned on spending. So I always write down in big bold on top so that I know what my goal is. Then what I do is I start writing, when I find like their Welch's juice was on sale, I write exactly what kind it is so that when I get there to the store, I'm not confused on if it's the smaller bottle or if it's a particular flavor or whatever the case may be. In any case, I ended up having 6 coupons. Or I'm sorry, I ended up having 12 I had 6 coupons, but it was buy one, get one free. So, and then my coupons that I had, that's how much I would end up saving with my coupons, was $9.75. So that's the store sales, buy one, get one free for $4.09 for 2. That's how much I would get off, was $9.75. Normally, if I did not have coupons or the sale, it would have been $49.08. This is how much I end up saving, and I end up spending $6.27. So I end up spending 30% of what the total cost is. Now I do that for every single item. What I end up doing to figure out the total cost of the normal cost is I take, I know each bottle is $4.09. If I'm buying 12 bottles, it's 12 times $4.09, which would equal the total cost of the normal cost. Then what I do is I take, this is how much I would have in coupons, but because it's buy one get one free, I add $4.09 times 6 plus this to get the savings. My total and my savings should equal $49.08. If it doesn't, you did your math wrong somewhere. But what I do to figure out the percent of how much I would be spending versus the actual cost, I divide 627 into $49.08, and that gives me 30%. But that's how you end up figuring out your percentages. Now, as you can see by my list, I went down the list, and I have my percents over here on the sides. If I end up getting money back, a good example of that is the Gillette razors. Razors tend to have coupons, and then when they're store sales, then you can usually clean them out and get really good deals, if not money back. This particular week, I was able to get money back. I got 6 Gillette razors Mark III for buy one get one free at $7.13 each. I had coupons for $4 off each, meaning that I got back a little under $1 for each 2 razors. So normal price would have been $42.78, but the sale price was $45.39. With the savings was $45.39. So I ended up getting $2.61 back. Now when you get money back for stuff like this, you cannot get cash back from the cashier. You've got to manage it so that what ends up happening is, if you end up spending money, like up here I spent $3 on some Dannon yogurt, then what you end up doing is you end up spending that $2.61 towards that $3. So the grand total cannot be negative. It has to be positive, otherwise the cashier will not give you the money back, and they will question your couponing techniques and may ban you from some stores, depending on the store and the location. But in any case, for things like this, the Pepsi Max 2 liter I got for free. The only thing limiting me on this was the number of coupons that I had. This particular one, though, I had to buy 2 Doritos in order to get the Pepsi for free. That's why I put them right next to each other. So with the BOGO of the Doritos, buy one get one free, $3.99 for 2 Doritos, and then I got the Pepsi for free, all I had to do was buy the Doritos for $11.97, and I got 6 packages of Doritos and 3 Pepsis for free. And I only spent $11 on the total thing. So this is how I end up making my list. When I go through, as you can see, I have some things marked out. When I go through and I add up the totals, if it has too much money more than I planned on spending, what I end up doing is I readjust. I readjust either the number of items that I'm going to buy, because I don't frankly need 12 bags of potato chips, so I only bought 6, which brought that total down to 3. And I have plenty of cat food, so I did not need to buy any more cat food. Even though it never really goes bad, it's one of those things that I already have plenty in stock, so unless you're stocking up, then you really shouldn't, once you reach your limit, you should stop. And the same thing with the Hawaiian Tropic. Nobody really drinks that in my house, so it would have just gone to waste if I hadn't needed it. Or if I did need it, then that would have been a different story, but I don't, so I marked them out completely or I changed the things to get the total down to what my goal was. I ended up spending a little bit more than my goal because there are other sales in the store. This is the actual receipt from the purchase that day. As you can see here at the bottom, I continue, but at the bottom you can see these are my total savings. I had $190.22 in savings. I only spent $56.94. Now, what I did was my limit for the day for all the stores, for all the shopping for the week was $100. So I started off at Publix because I knew I'd be spending the most there. And that was the money, the change of $43.06 was all the money I had left to go buy any other food from any other grocery store. So if I couldn't get it at Publix, then I would get it at Winn-Dixie. And you can arrange it. I have a family of 3 and I'm able to have an entire stockpile of items. This is just my stockpile. This is not my normal kitchen worth of items. My normal kitchen worth of items is back there. And as you can see, that's fully stocked as well. This is just the extra items up here. But what I end up doing is I have my stockpile. Do not, and I repeat, do not have more than 6 months worth of food in your stockpile. If you do, it will go bad. Now some foods will last longer than others. Your best bet is to write the dates as clear as possible on everything. Cat food, dog food, cereals, juices, you name it. Even peanut butter goes bad. So what you want to do is you write the dates, and then when you get new items, put the newer items in the back and bring the old stuff up front. So you eat the older stuff first and it doesn't go bad. Now if I get to the point that I have more cereal than I'll ever be able to eat, but I get a really good deal on it, then I'll buy it and I'll give it to the food bank or to friends and family that need it because they can't afford it because their shopping habits are poor at best. But in any case, that's my tips for the day. If you have any questions, email me. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. Bye.